Hello, everyone. Welcome back to SciCry Podcast. I'm Ritesh, your host, and as always, I have Shomi with me.
Hello, Ritesh. Hello, everybody. And today we are talking about the greatest rivalry in cricket, India versus Pakistan. Champions Trophy में एकदम आग लग चुकी है and the question in everybody's mind this time is आखिर जीतेगा कौन?
ये भी कोई पूछने वाली बात है? Of course, India. And we aren't just throwing opinion here. As always, we would back it up by science, by stats, and data to predict the outcome.
Of course, Ritesh, today we are at the Sci Cry podcast, which is like sci-fi, but it's much more cooler because it's about the science behind cricket. And today we are discussing a paper, a research paper that uses a particular model called logistic regression to predict ODI match results. And in this particular paper, they are talking about prediction of ODI match results in between India and Pakistan. It's a paper that has been published by a scientist called Sanjida Chaudhary. She's from Dhaka. And this paper was published in a journal of International Journal of Human Movement and Sports in the year 2020.
सही है, logistics, regression, and all fascinating. Sounds very cool, Shomi. Let's break it down. Can we really predict the outcome of the matches based on the stats?
Well, this model, the logistic regression model, can do. And I'm hoping I'll be able to convince you to an extent by the end of it.
All right, Shomi. First thing first, how does this research predict match outcomes?
So, what has been done in this particular study is they have analyzed 128 ODI matches that has been played in between India and Pakistan from 1978 to 2016. They use this particular model called logistic regression, which is basically a statistical tool that calculates the win or loss probabilities based on past outcomes. यहाँ पे इस मॉडल को ट्रेन किया जाता है basis historic data and then they do a certain amount of algorithm. We will not go into a lot of details about that because in this current context, that doesn't make a lot of sense. But it's all about creating that reliable model that can give you a certain outcome in terms of the probability.
Pretty cool, Shomi, and looks like you're already in your India jersey. So tell me something good.
How do I start this? I really hate it, but I will not start with something that will make you really, really happy. If you look into the overall stats, it doesn't quite look very good for India when we are looking into India versus Pakistan head to head results in ODI matches historically.
What? Really? I mean, you want to indicate that we didn't do as good against Pakistan as it seems to be? Like that's that Pakistan dominates us in the ODIs?
The entire perception that India always dominates Pakistan, that's very much true for ICC tournaments. But if we look into the ODI history overall, Pakistan actually does have a much better record. There have been 128 matches that have been studied in this particular paper, and in out of which Pakistan have actually won 73 matches, which is almost 57% of the matches that has been played during this particular time period of 1978 to 2016, which is a fairly good data period, I would say.
What? So you are telling me that head on Pakistan has a better track record against India?
Yes,
Really?
they do have, and I'm sorry to say, like, point that out, but yeah, as I said before, it's a historical data that has been collected over a period of time, and in this span of time in which 128 matches were played, India have won only 55 matches out of those 128, which means our win percentage is 43 versus Pakistan's, which is 57%. But again, this is a historical data.
Showing you're making me cry. Absolutely heartbroken. I feel really betrayed by the history of cricket, but this is what it is.
Yeah, I also felt the same because when I read this, because it's a conventional consensus that India should be ahead. And looking at how India is dominating world cricket at the moment, so it's a little of a bitter pill to swallow, but that's the reality. Pakistan has been historically really good in the ODI format, and especially in the bilateral series. Of course, when it used to happen, but They were a good team. And you would recall from our fathers and from our uncles that Pakistan had been a terror at a point of time.
However, I would say that in recent years, the trend might be different, right? We would be winning much more these days.
Definitely. The trend has certainly moved from one point to the other over a period of time. And if we break down this particular data versus decades, we would see that, in between 1978 to 1990, Pakistan did dominate India. They had 25 wins versus India's 7 wins. In
Wow.
between 1991 to 2000, Pakistan was still ahead. They had 24 wins versus 15 losses. As soon as we moved into the new millennium, 2001 to 2016, that's when India actually have started to close in the gap. There, Pakistan's record stands as 33 wins versus 24 losses. You would appreciate the reason, right? That why India has not, at this point of time, gradually started to close in this gap.
Very interesting. So basically, for 2 decades, the whole 2 decades, Pakistan destroyed us.
Pretty much, yes. And as I said before, India started catching up in the 2000s thanks to the Sachin, the Dravids, and the Ganggulis of the world during that time. And of course, later Dhoni and Pakistan ke Papa, Kohli.
So yeah, so okay, so it keeps adding to the agony and to the depression of India not being that great against Pakistan. But tell me, what really is the deciding factor in India-Pakistan ODIs?
As per this paper, let's go a little deeper into the various scientific factors that they have studied as parameters that can predict match outcomes. Four major factors that these researchers have studied, and they have used the data from these factors to be fed into the system for creating this prediction algorithm. Number one is the home ground advantage. Number two is whether the toss has played any major role or not, that is winning the toss. Thirdly, whether it's batting first or chasing, that's the deciding factor. And then it's also the day versus day and night matches. Of course, since we are talking about matches that were played in the 1970s and the 80s, there is a good significance of day games that has been also taken into account in this particular data. And hence, day versus day and night matches is also one of the parameters. Those are the few things. And can you guess? Can we play a little quiz again to guess which one of these factors were actually the game-changing factor?
So let me guess. I would say maybe the toss is one of the very important factors, given that the captains talk about it and make such a big deal out of it.
Well, no. Toss actually doesn't really matter when we look into this data, which is also a little surprising for me. But yeah, that's how models work. There is a certain level of accuracy, of course, that we have to take into consideration, and there is also a certain level of inaccuracy. But yeah, data is data. As for that, toss is not the major factor that helps in the decision making.
No, that is very. I was pretty sure on my answer, but then what does?
Compared to breaking your heart before, this time I'm going to give you a comparatively happier stats. Amongst all of these four factors, it's the day versus the day and night factor that has been that has been kind of significant in this amongst all of this. That's actually happy because that's slightly in India's favor. And now, considering everything is a day and night match, we might as well become very happy with this particular fact. But yeah, coming back, this study found that India's chances of winning have significantly increased in the day and night matches compared to the day games. And if you look at the data, India have won 48% of the day and night matches that they have played versus they have won 41% of their day games only. So as we are moving ahead with only day and night matches, the stats are getting better. As per consensus, that's also what we perceive.
Good. And I think that explains that why I don't remember India struggling against Pakistan in ODI matches, because probably most of our generation and next have only seen the day and night matches in the ODI format. But I guess that explains it. But why is it like that, Shomi?
देखो पेपर में तो कुछ खास बताया नहीं गया है because it's a paper about data. I would assume the standard things like ball movement under lights or maybe the dew factor. But beyond that, I think the generation of Pakistani players that used to exist before, I think that has significantly differed over a period of time or the way Pakistan cricket has evolved. I think all of these factors come together to kind of show how historically Pakistan probably has declined and India has picked up from there.
नहीं चलो ठीक है I think a good happy starts for us so all good but coming back to the toss so you were saying that it is not a big deal right?
Yeah, I mean, मैंने study में यही दिख रहा है. It's not really about the toss. In fact, India have won 51% of the tosses, but that didn't really guarantee any kind of win. The number of wins on winning or losing the tosses are not significantly different from each other. So yeah, that's why they are saying that the toss is definitely not one of the most important factor.
That's surprising. In fact, that kind of like now makes sense that toss is does not have a statistical significance in the outcome. So yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's kind of showing up like that. But also, what's interesting here is that they have said that it's not really the toss, but whether a team chooses to bat first or they chooses to chase have shown certain amount of an impact, and that's where the study has kind of gone into.
ठीक है थोड़ा और बताओ इसके बारे में बैटिंग फर्स्ट चेसिंग फर्स्ट
अगर डेटा देखेंगे तो it's showing up like that there is a better chance of winning when the for the teams who are chasing. There are 54% of the games that has been won chasing the game compared to 46% by the teams who were batting first. So yeah, I mean that's how the ratio is kind of looking like. But for me, that's not a very surprising factor, honestly, because in a white ball format, of course, chasing is probably thought to be a better way of winning the game.
Interesting. So basically, even if we lose a toss on Sunday, but if we chase, then statistically speaking, we are at a better position to win the game.
Yes, statistically, we are directionally happy if we are in that kind of a situation.
So let's talk about some other advantages. So the study analyzed matches in India, Pakistan, neutral venues. Is there any particular advantage playing in a particular venues?
The first thing that comes across the mind is the home advantage. But however, there is a tiny ambiguity here, Ritesh, and I will come to that in a bit. But let me first give you a few facts. Number one, firstly, we should be happy, at least looking into the historic data, that India is not hosting this Challengers Trophy. Though we have seen when India has hosted, there has been not too much of an upset there. But yeah, the data is showing that when India hosts Pakistan, India have won only 36% of the time. On the other hand, when Pakistan have hosted India, they have won 56% of the time. So Pakistan does have a good home record against India when they are playing in Pakistan.
Wait, what? So you are saying that Pakistan plays better at home than we do play in India?
When Pakistan plays better at home when they are facing India compared to what we have done in the past, not in recent past, but overall when we have played them at home.
That's very interesting. That's why probably Pakistan was pushing India to play in Pakistan. But पहला मैच तो देख के didn't really give us any like I thought that there's not too much for India to worry. And anyways, we are playing in a neutral venue, right? In UAE, it shouldn't really matter so much.
Yeah, and that's where the little bit of trickiness that comes into the picture. It gets a little bit qualitative here because now, though India has not traveled to Pakistan, but for Pakistan, UAE has been their home ground for quite
Mm.
long now. So, since international teams did stop going to Pakistan, UAE has been kind of their second home. So, they have played far more games in UAE compared to that of India, actually. Last UAE memory of the T20 World Cup isn't quite great. So, though it's a neutral venue, it might slightly favor Pakistan, but current form देख के तो काफी काफी फेवरेबल लग रहा है इंडिया के फेवर में सब कुछ द ओवरऑल ट्रॉफी एंड नॉट जस्ट अगेंस्ट पाकिस्तान बट अगेंस्ट लिटरली ऑल द टीम्स बट या आई मीन इफ वी जस्ट हैव टू गो बाय डेटा देन even in UAE, Pakistan should ideally have slight amount of advantage going in. Now it's up to them that कि वो सारी चीजें ऐसे ही तो कर ही देते हैं.
Fair enough. I think that is a fair enough point. So basically, if we come back to this paper, so it delves deep into some of the variables and provides solid insights about what impacts and what doesn't impact. So did you see any limitations in this paper, and if there's something which you found was missing and could be done more?
If you ask me very honestly, as somebody, as us from the field of science, I feel that the paper has taken the right direction, but it definitely lacks the depth. When you are building up a model, the depth of information, the depth of data that you provide builds up the accuracy of the model. Here, they started it directionally well, but they have missed out probably a lot of details which could have made this model a lot more solidified. Number one, they have talked about data in whole, but no specific impact has been considered. Like when in a cricket match like India Pakistan, we have always seen individuals shining. There has been individual brilliances, but it doesn't take into account those at all. Then, for example, the that Kohli's masterpiece, probably a bowler would have done something extraordinary. So all of these impacts are really missing. They do not take into consideration any of the real time conditions like pitch behavior, weather conditions, injuries. All of these things are not accounted for at all, which in a high pressure, high stake situation like India, Pakistan does play a very, very important role. And hence, I would say that they have taken a good direction. But if I would have to bank my money on this, I probably wouldn't.
So how can future researchers improve it, Shomi?
I think a lot more data infusion to build up a model, to build up its accuracy will be the way forward. AI has been absolutely booming in this particular area. Machine learning has been a tool that has been explored tremendously in the field of prediction of sport analytics, where different aspects like the form of the player, the weather conditions, the live match data usage, all of these things have come very, very strong, have come in very, very strongly. And this is not a paper that has been published too long back. It's a paper that has been published in 2020. I would expect these modernizations to be picked up much more quickly. Secondly, there is also a lot of merit in analyzing the data that is coming in from T20 cricket, because T20 cricket as a format is impacting white ball, ODI for sure. It's even impacting the test matches, right? So analyzing the data from T20 cricket is very crucial. I think we have also spoken at length in our past episodes about psychological and pressure factors. And hence, since we are talking about an India Pakistan encounter here where psychology, pressure will be paramount, here in this kind of a research, taking these things into consideration, I think that's important, and that can also be one of the major crucial parameters.
Of course, and I think that all that would make match predictions way more accurate. All right, so that makes me ask you a question, Shomi, that with all the science-backed data, what's your prediction about the upcoming match between India and Pakistan?
Scientist in me would say that yes, Pakistan does have a better ODI record. India is slightly better when it comes to day and night format. It's slightly better if India would chase. Toss might not play a great deal. But that's all data aside. दिल से मेरे को पता है भाई इंडिया फोड़ेगा.
चलो सही है, आप लोग भी अपने प्रिडिक्शंस कमेंट सेक्शन में यहाँ पे डालो और बताओ इंडिया जीतेगा कि पाकिस्तान जीतेगा. इट विल बी इंटरेस्टिंग टू नो योर थॉट्स.
इट्स इंडिया जीतेगा या पाकिस्तान हारेगा रितेश. कमेंट्स में डेफिनेटली बताइए आपका प्रेडिक्शन. आप सबका प्रेडिक्शन हमें पता ही है, फिर भी एक फॉर्मेलिटी कर ही दीजिए. और हमारा आज का एपिसोड में इतना ही. वापस आएंगे फिर से आपके पास कुछ नया इंसाइट्स, कुछ नया साइंस, कुछ नया रिसर्च लेके. टिल देन, यू थिंक शार्प एंड प्ले स्मार्ट.